Welcome to the Deep Dive.
Great to be here.
So today we're tackling this concept of an entrepreneurial ecosystem.
Yeah, it's a popular one.
We've got some university course materials to guide us. Our mission, really, is to figure out what it actually is. Yeah,
Or where it came from, why it matters.
exactly. Especially if you're interested in innovation, how businesses really get going and grow.
Mm-hmm. It tries to capture that whole environment, all the interconnected parts.
Okay, so let's start there. According to this material, what is an entrepreneurial ecosystem?
Fundamentally, it's about interactions.
Interactions between who?
Between different stakeholders, think institutions like universities or government agencies,
Okay.
but also individuals. So entrepreneurs themselves, investors, mentors, advisors, that whole network.
Gotcha. And the point of this interaction?
It's all aimed at fostering entrepreneurship, driving innovation, and helping small and medium-sized businesses, SMEs, grow.
Interesting. Where did this term, this whole way of thinking, actually come from?
Well, the material highlights Professor Daniel Eisenberg's 2010 HBR article as a key point.
Right, Harvard Business Review.
Yeah, but the roots go deeper. It builds on older ideas about business clusters.
Like Silicon Valley.
Exactly like Silicon Valley. And also concepts like national innovation systems, how entire countries try to, foster innovation systematically.
So the big idea is creating wealth, basically, prosperity, by getting individuals, companies, and society all working together.
That's the ultimate aim, yes. Create that environment for economic success.
But you mentioned it's popular. Is there one clear definition everyone agrees on?
That's the interesting part. Our sources say, not really.
Oh.
Yeah, researchers, practitioners, they use the term, but there isn't one single universally accepted definition. It's still kind of evolving.
Okay, good to know. So let's break it down. The entrepreneurial part, what kind of entrepreneurship are we focusing on here?
Good question. The material really emphasizes what they call high-growth startups.
Or scale-ups.
Or scale-ups, exactly. Those are the companies seen as particularly important.
Why them specifically?
Because they're often the ones driving major innovation, big jumps in productivity, and creating significant employment.
So maybe not the corner store or the local bakery.
Generally, no. While those businesses are vital to the economy,
Of course.
this ecosystem framework tends to focus more on the type of entrepreneurship that's really geared towards, significant innovation and rapid growth.
Think tech startups, maybe?
Yeah.
Disruptive models.
That's the kind of thing, yeah. Innovative, growth-oriented ventures.
Okay, clear. Now, for the ecosystem part, obviously not a literal jungle or forest.
No, definitely not. It's a metaphor.
All right.
Think of it more like a community. Interdependent actors, all influencing each other, like a complex system.
And the focus is local.
Very much so. The ecosystem concept really stresses the regional dynamics, the local culture, the specific institutions and networks built up over time in one place.
Rather than just, say, global market trends.
Exactly. It suggests that place really matters.
And the actual entrepreneurial activity, starting companies, innovating, that's an output of this system.
Precisely. It's the process where individuals find and act on opportunities within that specific environment,
Leading
ultimately to new value creation for society.
And how does that show up? What are the signs?
It can manifest in several ways. Innovative new startups launching, existing startups hitting that high growth phase.
Right, the scale-ups again.
Yes. But also, interestingly, entrepreneurial employees, people acting entrepreneurially within larger established companies, entrepreneurship.
Okay, got it. So summing up, an entrepreneurial ecosystem is this web of interconnected players.
People, organizations.
In a specific region, all working together, maybe not always consciously, but the effect is
To support a certain kind of entrepreneurship.
the innovative, high-growth kind.
Yes, with the goal of creating economic value and societal benefit.
It really highlights that it's not just about the lone genius entrepreneur.
Absolutely. It's systemic. It depends heavily on that surrounding environment, that network.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. It really makes you pause and think, doesn't it?
How so?
Well, when you consider all those elements, the institutions, the people, the regional aspect, that focus on growth, what ecosystems are we already part of? Maybe without even labeling them that way.
That's a good point. In our cities, our industries.
Yeah. And if we understood those dynamics better, how might that change how we approach our own work or how we just see the economic landscape around us?
Definitely some food for thought there. It shifts the perspective from just the individual or the firm to the whole environment.
Exactly. So thanks for diving into this with us today.